Welcome back. We've got two more games that are done. As we get ready for tonight's games, there's 7 games tonight. So again, there's the same amount of games on today as we're on Thursday, but on Thursday they're all on at the same time, and that leads to just craziness, right? And today, far more spread out. Interesting results. As you can see, it's also a chance for me to get the big logos on the board when they got the game spread out like this and do the presentation just a little bit different. Starting off with Columbus in against Detroit. This was a game that did not feature reverse retro jerseys. The only game so far today not to feature one reverse retro jersey. And the Wings, it seemed to work for them. I don't know. The Wings today just felt like they were the better team all the way through. For Columbus, this has to be very troubling. This honestly should be a game that Tortorella looks at and says, I don't know what to do now. The shots were 3-1 for the Wings at 3 minutes. They also had a couple of posts in there, so they came out of the gate very hot. Columbus was at one shot for quite a while in that first period. Nemesnikov unable to bury one. However, they get 2 quick goals. First, Adam Ernie from Hronik and DeKaiser at 8:29. And 29 seconds later, so on that next shift, Fabry from Larkin and Zadina. So it's 2-0 for Detroit on 2 goals in 29 seconds. And that's where you're thinking, okay, now Columbus needs to wake up, right? No, the Wings get a power play. They end up getting a 5-on-3 for 10 seconds. What comes out of this is they don't score on it. But again, Columbus is hemmed in for a lot of that first period. Great period by the Detroit Red Wings. Elvis made a save off of his head, Dominic Hasek style, as the Wings press, but we go to the second period with it still 2-0. Werenski handed one off to Larkin. It's nice of him. Must have watched Vladar earlier. The Wings press at 6 minutes. The shots were 3-1 in favor of Detroit. Columbus was a step behind for most of the game to this point. They would wake up, though. Pickard stopped an Atkinson chance. Calvin Pickard might have played the best game he's played in years today. Wings press, Larkin was denied, and then Larkin hit the post shortly after that. Columbus, I felt, really needed to wake up, and then they did. Foligno scores from Texier and Jenner at 11:43, and I think they said Boone Jenner has 14 points in a 9-game point streak against Detroit, which is an impressive point streak against any one team. The Wings did try to answer, though. Columbus would get another power play. Laine, during that power play, had a near miss. And Laine, there was a lot of passing from Laine, too, during power plays, where you'd normally see him fire it, and now he's second-guessing himself. And it doesn't seem like Tortorella has Laine standing in that spot. There's that spot that Laine has where he can fire goals. He's not being given that spot by the Columbus Blue Jackets. And if you followed Laine, you know what I'm talking about. It's the same as Ovechkin. Ovechkin has a spot where he fires a lot of his goals from. That was killed off. There was maybe one shot during that power play. Columbus was better after the goal, though. But we go to the third period with the score still 2-1. Early edge to the Wings, and it pays off for them. Mantha, he scores from Larkin and Nemeth at 4:42, and he just flipped it over Elvis's pad. It's one of those ones that just trickles in. Merzlikins almost caught it. Jenner then tried to answer after that. Boone Jenner had a good game. Zadina had a chance that was kicked out. Columbus presses it around the halfway mark, and then Laine just hands it away. And again, noteworthy. 4:56 left. The Wings get a power play, but things get kind of scrummy, and then there's offsetting calls. It ends up with a 4-on-4 because Rasmussen gets the extra penalty. So we get 1 minute and 45 seconds of 4-on-4. A brief Columbus power play after. Elvis would deny Zadina. So Merzlikins was in this right up until the end. With 2:45 left, they pull Merzlikins out. They call a timeout with 1 minute and 31 seconds left. And what happened the rest of the game was Detroit just not hitting the empty net and icing the puck a bunch of times. But really, not any concerns. Columbus didn't really get that many good looks. And Detroit holds on. They win 3-1. They go to 11-20-4. Columbus 13-14-8. And again, they look like they're in it. They do, because of the way that the standings work and because of how many points they've got in extra time. But they've only won 13 out of 35 games. This is not a team that's been playing well, and this might be I think, the worst loss of the season for Columbus because they knew how much they needed it, and look how they came out. Detroit outshoots them 16-5 in the first period. Shots were 9-8 Columbus in the second, 10-8 Detroit in the third. Final shots 34-22 for the Wings. Power plays, Columbus goes 0 for 2, Detroit goes 0 for 3. Merzlikins, 31 saves on 34 shots. Calvin Pickard, 21 saves on 22 shots. So, not a game of playoff importance, but it may be that game that makes a general manager watching for Columbus say, all right, so let's just blow this up now and start working the phones. Because, yeah, Columbus doesn't look like they have a lot of interest in getting to the playoffs. Today's effort just wasn't where you want it to be for a team that's supposed to be desperately trying to make the playoffs. Last up, Vegas and Colorado. This lived up to the advanced billing. And I thought it was great because, Vegas fans can be kind of sort of cocky about things. And Avalanche fans over the last few weeks have definitely been kind of sort of cocky about things. So this is great to see these teams battling it out. And the winner is then the first place team in the division. And after the 5-1 loss against Colorado, Vegas came out tonight and played this afternoon, and played a much better game. Donskoy scores early, though, from Girard at 1:16. And that was right after Vegas had a chance that didn't result in a shot. And yeah, Donskoy roofs it and stays red hot in March. Renouf and Colasar then had a fight. They had discussed this apparently pregame, that they'd have a fight, and they did. Vegas pressed at 3 minutes. There was a post for Burakovsky as the Avs pushed. So early on, it looked like the Avs might just blow them out again. Like this could just be one of those ugly games once again. Power play then for the Avs. That was killed off. But during that power play, they had Vegas hemmed in pretty well. Just couldn't get a goal. Grubauer then stopped a chance from Tuck. There's a power play for Vegas. Most of that power play had a hard time setting up. And then, just before it ends, Martinez, with the 6th shot on that power play, he gets that to go in from Stevenson and Pacioretty at 16:32. So, crazy-looking power play. It works. It works. In the end, it works. Vegas gets the goal. But then, a minute and 3 seconds later, Devon Taves, he gets a goal from McKinnon at 17:35. That makes it 2-1 for Colorado. Again, if you come out of that first period, you look at this game and you're saying, well, Vegas is ahead on shots, but it feels like Colorado's getting the better opportunities. They're up on the board. Is this what's going to happen? Well, at 3 minutes and 40 seconds, early in the second period, Carrier ties it up at 2 from Theodore and Noshek. And that was a result of a very solid shift and a lot of pressure by that bottom six for the Vegas Golden Knights. Carrier, that fourth line, very good. Next shift, the Avs put the big guns on the ice. That was a common response tonight. That line struggled. That line didn't get a whole lot going tonight. Vegas was ahead in shots. Much better game for them to this point. Vegas then goes to the power play. During that power play, there was a shorthanded chance for O'Connor and one for Nichushkin as well. Nichushkin, his ability with Colorado has been on display for the last, I'll say, 3-4 weeks now. Avs killed it off. There were only 2 shots for Vegas on that one. Avs then get their second power play, and during that, Fleury denies Taves. It was another good power play for Colorado, hems them in, but no goal. Heavy Avs press after that power play, and then when it goes the other way, Theodore had a shot, and Grubauer stopped that. There was some unpleasantness between these teams in the final 2 minutes. It's a good rivalry we've got built here now between Vegas and Colorado. It is a shame that next season they'll go back to their respective divisions. But I think that rivalry, especially if it's stoked in a playoff matchup in, say, I don't know, round 2, that rivalry will stick around. So, yeah, Donskoy was then denied in the final minute by Fleury. So we go to the third period, tied at 2. Early press by Vegas. Avs, they had a quick break that followed that. And they seem to always be spring-loaded for those fast breaks the other way. Except tonight Vegas was more ready for them than they seemed to be in the last game. Saad was denied by Fleury. Vegas presses. A power play on a penalty for McKinnon. He was called for tripping. And he hit the guy's stick. He didn't... again, it's one of those things I'm looking at and, it's tripping. And so they showed the replay and I'm like, he never went anywhere near the guy's skate. He hit his stick. Okay. Slashing maybe, but tripping, that's nope. So, yeah, strong power play. Grubauer makes some saves. It's killed off. No damage is done. Vegas draws another power play. It's a good power play. It's killed off. And then Landeskog fanned on a good chance at the other end. Vegas was controlling it with 4 minutes left. Pacioretty denied by Grubauer. Stevenson had a shot that was blocked. Vegas, more pressure from them. Grubauer covers up the puck, trying to break up that momentum. The Avs top line in the last minute did get some chances at the other end of the ice, but again, they were just being blanketed by that defensive coverage by the Vegas Golden Knights. So we go to overtime. The Avs had the puck to start, and that's important, of course. Your puck control and all that brings is far more important 3-on-3 than 5-on-5. Vegas then gets a 3-on-1. Grubauer denied Theodore. However, on a play at the net, it goes off the post, and Devon Taves would have cleared it, but his stick fell apart. Blade came off, and Pacioretty puts it in the empty net. Tuck and Coughlin with the assists of 156. So thanks to a stick break, Pacioretty wins this. It's a 3-2 win for Vegas. Gutsy win for Vegas, and a very good game for Colorado. They go to 21-8-4, and for Vegas, they go to 23-8-1. Can't wait to see these guys meet for 2 more times. The next 2 games will be in the city of Las Vegas. Shots 12-10 Vegas in the first, 10-9 Vegas in the second, 10-4 Vegas in the third, and in the overtime 2-1 in favor of the Golden Knights. Final shots 34-24 in favor of Vegas. Vegas was 1-for-4 on the power play. Colorado 0-for-2. Fleury 22 saves on 24 shots. Grubauer 31 saves on 34 shots at the Colorado end. So there you go. Great game. Absolutely, this was a fantastic game, and like I said, I can't wait to see the other 2. And now we have 7 more games for tonight. Looking forward to watching those. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.